and wanted to get out there too. So the earlier the notice, the more it will come after me.
Nah. Well, you might. Yeah. Say something. Say something.
Just give us your name and title.
Timothy Findley, Justice and Freedom Coalition. Check 1, 2, 3, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I'll speak up a little bit too. All right. You all let me know when you're ready to go. Everybody's good? Good morning. This morning we gather to bring attention to and address what seems to be a troubling and problematic workplace environment filled with allegations of workplace racism, sexism, and dereliction of duties in fostering a culture of equity and accountability within the Louisville Water Company. Today is a call for change. Today we stand together, united by a shared commitment to justice, equity, and a workplace free of racism, sexism, and discrimination. We gather this morning out of a deep-seated desire for transformation, for a better, more equitable workplace environment for all Louisville Water Company employees. Today we address the insidious presence of racism within this company. Yet we're not here just to highlight the problem, but to demand change, to demand action, and to demand accountability. The stories we hear, the experiences that are shared by individuals affected by the racism within their work environment cannot and should not be ignored. Discrimination in any form corrodes the very fabric of our workplaces, hindering our progress, stifling creativity, and causing immeasurable harm to those affected. So that we're clear, a group of more have already formally expressed concerns regarding these troubling patterns and practices with the Louisville Water Company for years. Furthermore, there is pending litigation for 4 to 5 employees that is also public record. Today we're joined by 3 of those former employees that will detail to you their experiences in this order: Chauncey Harlan, Latrice King, and Torian Murphy. Chauncey.
Good morning. My name is Chauncey Harlan, and I'm a former employee of Louisville Water Company. I was employed with the company for...
Turn that mic.
Same with mine.
Sorry about that, guys.
Okay, start.
You sound better with sound.
Just gonna hold it up.
Do this.
You just hold it.
Okay.
In the pockets.
Yeah, put it in your pocket.
Set this up.
The magic of editing.
You got the screen.
Jeff,
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Good morning. My name is Chauncey Harlan, and I'm a former employee of Louisville Water Company. I worked with the company for 6 years, and I was terminated for a vehicle accident. Otherwise, I had a clean employee record. I noticed when I looked at my accident and my discipline that the way I was treated and the way that other employees were treated that didn't look like me was inconsistent. And I noticed that there was a pattern looking at other employees and how they were treated with discipline, that there were other inconsistencies. I noticed that Black and African American employees had more harsher punishments than white employees. So I come here today and I want to say that we're tired of optics. We're tired of appearances. We're tired of empty words and plans. We want change, and we want it now, because it's been long enough. We've had talks. We've reached out to the mayor. We've reached out to council members. We've reached out to the water board, and nothing's been done about this. So I come here today and I want to say that we need something done now. And with that, I'll give it to Latrice.
Good morning. I'm not the best person to speak in public. My nerves will get the best of me, but I wrote a statement. I was terminated from LWC July of this year. I was there for over 5.5 years. It was not the best experience, to say the least. I was targeted and discriminated against by the old HR liaison who made my life hell. In 2020, I reported him to EEOC for discrimination and treating blacks unfairly. After reporting him to HR, he started targeting me. I was pregnant in 2021 and off from work for a shoulder surgery. 4 white men went out months prior to me for the same surgery, and they forced me back after my first 6 weeks, while they got to remain home and recover in peace. I had a doctor note that stated I could remain off 6 more weeks due to the fact I was unable to take care of myself and properly groom myself. But the HR ignored my note, forced me back to work. Come Monday morning, I had to report to work without a bra on while pregnant amongst men. I was humiliated and embarrassed. That moment was a trigger for me. He wanted to show me who was the boss, and he did just that while causing me trauma. I put in a request after the birth asking for extra time off due to the fact I was suffering from postpartum and, just adjusting to being a mother. But once again, he called me, he denied my request off, and he told me, I quote, "You've healed enough." But let a white male take off of work for months to be with his kids during COVID. I requested another accommodation. They gave me the runaround, then proceeded to build a case against me, and they fired me. In that same breath, he turned around and put me on last chance agreement. June of this year, I had a minor accident with my vehicle. So since they couldn't fire me for the minor accident, they built another case on me, took me into another fact finding, and decided that they would terminate me due to the fact that I was not a team player, that I was sitting in my vehicle at the end of my shift, and that supposedly I was still in time from the company. I asked, how can I steal time if I was not the one doing my timesheet? A week before I was fired, I wrote a note, a formal complaint, another one, to Terrence Spence, asking him, how long are you all going to let the HR continue to target me, to continue to hold this vendetta against me? And then a week later, and now I have a crew leader who don't want me on his crew, and told my other crew members that when he returns, it's going to be a hostile work environment. A week later, I was fired. I had no idea I was supposedly still in time. I was leaving at 5:30 to go get my child from daycare. That was my shift. But they held that against me, told me I wasn't a team player. I got in that hole every single day to do my job, but that was not good enough for them. I didn't stand a chance with this company. It didn't matter what I did or what I said. They had their minds made up, and the union did not fight for me at all whatsoever. They told me I didn't have a leg to stand on, and they couldn't fight for me. So in general, I am standing here today telling my story just to let you know and let the people know in this building, at the Omni plant, at Crescent Hill, at B.E. Payne, those that are still being discriminated against and targeted within this company, it is okay. Since you can't speak up for yourself, I will, because it's time. That's all I have to say.
Good morning. First, I will read a statement, short statement, from two current employees, one a 17-year veteran and the other a 21-year veteran. Statement is as follows. I wake up every day to provide a service for a community that I love. It's not the job that's the issue, but the work environment that is the problem. The same individuals that say African Americans are lazy, that we don't want to work, are the same people that discriminate, harass, and make it hard for us to be successful in the workplace. Today is the day we make a stand. Today, we not only make an example for Kentucky, but for America. We won't tolerate this anymore. I believe in God and justice, and from this day forward, good will prevail. We want a workplace that provides an equal opportunity for all employees and minorities across the board. We deserve a workplace that doesn't act as if it's above the law. A company that doesn't provide union leadership with illegal bribes and incentives. Lastly, we want a union that's not controlled by the company. Today is a new day. We want a company that promotes based on experience and qualifying credentials and not race and nepotism. That is a statement from two current employees, 17-year veteran and a 21-year veteran. Inside that building is a culture of nepotism and favoritism that's been created to benefit the families of higher up individuals and also their friends and associates. These people are allowed to commit fireable offenses with little to no consequences. People in management positions, upon retiring, have an independent contracting position waiting for them in 30 to 60 days after their retirement. There have been 4 people so far that we know of that have been brought back after retirement to positions that were not posted online and were not in positions that the public did not have an opportunity to apply to. The leaders in this company are willing to pay lawyers, community activists, media, and others to stay quiet and to keep these issues quiet. And there is proof of that. There's a code of conduct rule, a code of conduct violation that says it's 6.02, allowing family, social, or business relationships to unduly and or inappropriately influence employment decisions. The labor relations liaison has a son that works in technology. He also has a brother that at one point was the union vice president, and that former union vice president has a son that's 4 immediate family members that work here. Now I'm going to give you 7 instances where employees should have been fired. Between 21 and 22, an employee refused a random drug test while on a last chance agreement. Refused a random drug test. And he was not fired, but merely suspended for a short amount of time. In 2020, the son of the former union vice president flipped a forklift while given a favorable assignment at B.E. Payne plant, was not drug tested. The 2 black employees who raised concerns about favoritism about this issue were later fired. In 2018, 2 repair leaders would clock in before the start of their shift on Monday morning in order to obtain overtime pay for the duration of that day. This occurred for years, and these 2 employees were allowed to retire with full benefits. They were not fired. Between 2016 and 2018, an employee intentionally destroyed at least 20 meters to have them replaced with pro reeds. This resulted in the injury of a meter exchanger. This same employee was also on last chance already for falsifying documents. He had also failed a drug test for a controlled substance and was given 3 days to produce a prescription for that controlled substance. He was not taken off the job, was not removed from duty, and was not fired. All 3 of those are fireable offenses. Another employee fell asleep on the job, later had an accident, and also failed a drug test for a controlled substance while on last chance for falsifying meter readings. He was not fired. That is a direct violation of 4 codes of conduct: 1.05, 1.08, 2.09, and 2.10. 2 more. Another employee hit a school bus with the drug benzonatate in his system. Was not fired, but merely assigned yard duty for a week as punishment. Another employee involved in an accident with an expired license was allowed to renew that license on company time, got no consequences, but yet a black veteran who is not here today, Army veteran, was fired for an incident regarding an expired license, but he did not have an accident. I don't want to be here today. I don't want to say the things I'm going to say right now. I don't want to be doing this. But there's a culture inside that building of favoritism, nepotism, created by Spencer Bruce, maintained by Michael Sturgeon, maintained by Adam Carter, and also David Vogel. David Vogel has emails and documents in his possession that he wanted to base promotions off of race, not off of qualifications and time on the job. What we are doing here today is bringing these issues to light because these people inside this building feel like they are accountable to no one. They're not accountable to the citizens of Louisville, Kentucky that pay their water bills. They're not accountable to the mayor. They're not accountable to anyone because they believe that their power and their influence gives them the ability to operate as they see fit and impart their personal and moral beliefs on black employees in this company. And that's wrong. Thank you.
So we're going to close this press conference, but I want to make a few remarks. The reason that I'm here representing, helping these former employees is because when I had a chance to go through and read evidence, read emails, read incidents, it was extremely troubling. The other thing that I want to make sure is not lost on us today is that many current employees stand with these individuals but fear retaliation. That's why they're not here. But there are more people than you understand, black and brown, in the Louisville Water Company that stand with them today. These are just a few of the moments and situations that you've heard today. I have in my hand an actual formal letter that was given to Spencer Bruce, and I just want to read just a portion of it, and we'll be done. During your tenure as president and CEO of Louisville Water, the company has fostered a workplace culture that has not properly addressed the discrimination grievances of said employees. Disparate treatment, retaliation, issues with denial of reasonable accommodations for disabilities, wrongful termination, and other actions by the company has led to African Americans working in a hostile environment where not only do they feel unwelcomed, but actively targeted against, more specifically by Labor Relations Manager Michael Sturgeon and others. Again, these are not just opinions. A lot of these things are public records. Attorneys have been secured. If you go to YouTube and TikTok, there is a viral video of an HR manager showing something that I can only describe as completely offensive in an actual formal meeting. That is not made up. It is online right now. We're here because we want to see change. Some of those changes that have been laid out that I think are very important is to reevaluate the core counsel's function. It is to improve reporting and feedback mechanisms. It is to broaden external oversight. It is the refinement of promotion and hiring protocols. It is to strengthen whistleblower protections. It is ongoing education, to enforce accountability, to review historical incidents, and to renew and enhance the mandate that's set by CORE. Those are the actions. That's why we're here. All of you have a detailed list of some of these situations that are happening here, but I hope those who will watch this, those who will hear this, will stand with these former and current employees to demand change of the leadership at Louisville Water Company. And with that, we'll answer any questions.
Tim, have you taken these to this management team and demanded redress of these grievances?
Absolutely. They have emails, and they have emails going back years, both to the CEO, to the president of the union. This is all the reason why, and I think my brother said it wonderfully. None of them want to be here. This is not something that they wanted to do, but after a while, once you communicate and things are ignored and nothing changes, then they call me and I call you, and here we are.
What are the next steps?
Well, the next steps are obviously today. We believe that today will foster maybe a more sense of urgency. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going to be here with them and with current employees demanding change. I plan on sitting down with the CEO of the Louisville Water Company. I plan on addressing this with the mayor and others because we love this city. This is not an attack on the employees of the water company. This is just to make sure that there is a fair and equitable environment for all employees. This is not just an attack for an attack's sake, but we want to make sure that people that work here feel safe and valued.
Can you provide us a link to that viral video?
Absolutely, I will provide that link. I just saw it last night, and it's a doozy. All right, well, thank you all.
All right, y'all. So, as Pastor Tim Findley just addressed with a number of previous employees for Louisville Metro Water, with some statements from current employees of Louisville Metro Water about racial discrimination within the ranks in their hiring process and their firing process. So just a number of complaints that have been fully voiced here today out in front of the Louisville Metro Water Company. We are going to get some more details from Pastor Findley. He also gave us a little press release, so I'm going to read through some of this, maybe give y'all some more details once I'm able to get home and get some editing done. But we really wanted to come and spotlight this because we've had someone reaching out to us for the last couple weeks about this situation, and finally they were able to get a press conference together, so it's good to see it. Curious about what's going on inside that building. But everybody, we appreciate you tuning in. We're going to go ahead and drop off of this live. So until then, everybody stay strong, stay safe.